welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to Mutual Ground. This time we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. And
let's bless the people.
Let's bless the people. And this time our break is about dating.
Help me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Help me.
We need the dramatic music. Cue dramatic music. But it is about dating. So our break this time is all about the dating game. Because it is a game.
Yeah.
So I want to start with, let's just jump right into the topic. We're going to dive head first, right on in.
Okay.
And what does it mean to date in this age? What does dating look like in this age?
I said, 2022 dating looks like a whole bunch of Plenty of Fish, whole bunch of swipe left, swipe right, maybe even a little Bumble. I think somebody told me Bumble action, and then maybe something else out. It may be some exotic sites out there I don't know about.
Listen, we can stay in the Christian dating space.
Grindr, that's out there too for the LGBTQ folk. You know,
but that one is just a hookup app. That is a
no. I've heard some success stories on Grindr. I heard that they get married.
Okay.
They go on, but yeah.
Match,
or Christian mingle, single,
Upward.
Yeah.
I think that this dating age is an app. It's a thing on your phone that is just swipe yes or no.
Wait, we can't forget about Tinder because we had the whole Tinder swindler.
Tinder swindler.
You just see that? Yeah. So
he wasn't even that fine.
Well,
how was he getting? I guess. Okay. Well. To each its own. Everybody likes something, and I just
yeah, Tinder swindler. He was good with it.
He was good. He was crafty.
Yeah,
he said they after me.
Yeah,
fake blood.
Yeah, all that.
They after me.
Yeah,
Send me.
I think
all the bags.
I think dating in 2023 or 2022. I think what we have evolved to has become a lot more phone based, electronic based. Sitting in front of a computer instead of going out to the grocery store. Instead of sitting at the bar or walking down the street and the next door neighbor like, what up? I know you live next door. Like those types of things. Like the Vegas is so small.
Oh God.
So where when you see somebody at the stoplight, they bound to be a neighbor down the street, and then boom, like we stop looking
for that connection.
For that
face-to-face
interaction. Yeah, we stop looking for it.
Okay.
I think dating in this new age is kind of like, especially for us.
Yeah.
Our parents, they didn't even use phones. So for us, we become...
First off, dating back then, calling the house phone. Hello, Miss Watson. May I speak to you?
Come on now. And the cord wrapping around the door.
And you sneaking in the closet talking.
We don't even have that.
No.
I watched a video and the kid was like, what is this, a phone? Does it work? Yes, this is a phone.
It still works. This is how we used to communicate.
Man.
Yes.
So I think dating this age has evolved to be a lot more electronic based or digital in a sense.
Yeah.
And it's taken the pure essence of the real connection. Because I can connect with you through a screen all day.
All day.
I can sell you dreams all day.
And there has been a bunch of catfish that have sold some dreams.
Not the catfish.
They have sold some hopes, dreams, a future was promised.
Yeah.
That could never be achieved.
Yeah.
And I look at it now that you're saying we are more digitally based. It is. We are dating in this time is more digital.
Yeah. Way more digital than what you ever thought it was going to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's another question off the topic, but still on it. What would be your ideal first date?
Oh my God.
If you had to pick your ideal first date, what would it be?
Ooh. Honestly, my ideal first date was my first date. It was movies, dinner. Okay. Simple. We ain't gotta walk hand in hand to the beach. We ain't gotta do none of that.
Okay.
It's something simple because back when I first started dating my partner, we went to the movies a lot.
Okay.
So with that, I think that it's just real simple. Real, I don't want to say it has to be intimate, like a nice piece where you can have a conversation,
Yes.
something light.
Yeah.
You know, and it'd be a good movie, something that you could bounce back the next week and be like, you know, we saw that movie.
Yeah.
And Will Smith said,
And
you
it was-
know,
yes.
and it was good.
It was crazy.
So,
Yes.
that's just one of those things that I think it should be simple. Shouldn't be too complex, because we get into that. We're going to touch into this. We get into that gray of how much money should you spend on the first date. But what's
That's
your
another question? We'll get back. Put a pin there.
We'll double
put a
back.
pin in that.
Yeah.
We'll double back to
Yeah.
that. But my ideal first date is exactly that. I want a first date is where you are gathering data on this person. So you need to be in a space where you can actually talk and hear this person. Going to a club, going dancing, that's not a first date. That's I'm gonna meet and I want to rub up on you to see if I like you.
That's can you dance? That's what it is.
That's,
Yeah. Can you move?
Listen, me about that dance hall, wind upon the men, them,
Yeah.
that's different, because that's all it is dry humping with your clothes on, and I'm not opposed to that, but
right.
But I do want to say that my ideal first date is just somewhere where we can actually talk.
Okay.
I'm not one, again, I'm just a simple person anyway. Not overly complicated. So if it's just a first date, could be us going to go serve somewhere together or do something together.
Not the community service.
Community service.
Yes.
So we can, check off that box of, do you like serving others?
Right.
Do you have a heart to help? So it's, again, gathering data. I think that we've lost that element of what a date is gathering data. I think people go too quickly for physical versus actually knowing, do I actually like this person? So I think my first date would be something that we can actually hear each other, communicate, and actually have conversation. Yeah.
Good.
Conversation is a good first date.
Conversation, because we ain't even got to go nowhere. We can sit outside on the meter box like we used
to.
Right on the meter box where we played house.
Yes.
And we can sit there and have a conversation.
Have a conversation.
But get hot on the seat, get up, switch, sit on the curb, whatever you got to do.
But we can just sit here and talk.
Yeah.
And that's really, I think, we've lost that element, not only just in dating, but in just life.
Yeah.
We've lost, let's just talk.
We lost the conversation piece because texting ain't conversating.
No. Ooh, I hate text messaging.
Text ain't conversating.
I hate it and love it, because if it's something you can just send me as a text, send it as a text. But if you call my phone, it better be needed, okay? There better be a needed conversation. Something that couldn't go through over text message. Just PSA.
See?
Don't call me.
See?
Yes.
but we want to have those conversations,
I do.
though.
But in the same breath, I'm like, I do want to talk
somebody
to you.
call me. When my phone dry.
My phone is dry.
Yeah. So, and I'm a horrible texter. People have told me all the time. I'm like, yes, okay, so yeah, okay.
Be there. I'm just, you're very one word.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
And I'm the person that sends all the blue messages. Bloop, bloop. Bloop. I keep sending the blue. Man, I'm sorry. Forgive me. But
you're not a green bubble. So we can still talk.
With that aspect of what your first date should look like, or what you would want it to be, as you continue on, should your dates get more expensive? Should they? How does this work?
Oh, see, so that falls into who should pay for the date. Should we go Dutch? Like all of those different things you're talking. You're stepping into that element of it, and I don't think that you, as a man, because the man is always supposed to be the provider, and it's his piece of society painted as the man should pay for the date. But I don't think that the person you're dating should be putting an extra expense or burden on you. Like, I don't think that it should be putting you in debt to take this person out. Like, you shouldn't be swiping the cards and credit cards too much just to take this person out. Okay. But in the same breath, I don't think that any real man would want a girl to pay for the date. Okay. Any real man would not allow a woman to even go for it or pay for it. Okay. So that's the other element to it, is like, yes, I don't think that you should break the bank, but you should show her that she is a priority or he is a priority when you're dating.
And
Nope,
when we go to when we tap into the portion of a real man, a real woman, a boss chick, a boss dude,
independent boss lady.
Listen to me. I think that if you're initiating this, the first date should be on you.
Whoever asks.
It should be on you.
Okay.
But then the second date,
okay.
We and I'm not saying we should flip flop, but listen.
Yeah.
I pay, you pay. You pay. I don't believe in the Dutch thing because no. Sometimes it's appropriate. Yeah. But because in my relationship, sometimes I go to it and he'd be like, "You pay for your own food today because you be wasting money."
Yeah. You don't.
But
yes.
In other relationships, I think that when you're first beginning in dating, I think that it's necessary for you to pay, me to pay, you to pay. Because it holds the evenness. Because if this don't work out,
nobody lost out.
Nobody lost out. You know?
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be dating nobody any financial constraints anyway. You know their pockets was a little low when you first started talking to him because he wasn't taking you to STK. He was taking you Applebee's and everything else. Not to say there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is you see the value in a person when they take you on the first date. Yeah. So you know what kind of weight they hold. Yeah. So I definitely believe you shouldn't be spending $300 and $400 if that's not your budget.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't put yourself in poverty trying to impress.
Don't be giving me any envy energy bill money date. Don't do that. Don't be giving me your...
Pay them first.
Pay them first. And then we'll talk about where we can go do 2 for $20 if we need to.
Yes.
Because if I like you, it's not about what you're doing for me. You can cook me a nice home cooked meal.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to be all right.
Be happy with the home cooked
Because we're having the conversation because we are dating.
Yes.
We are not in a relationship.
Yes.
We're dating. We're getting to know each other.
We're just dating. And I think there was a young man. He was very nice. He was into me. And I was like, well, let's just talk and see if we want to even get to the dating stage. And in the talking stage, he was trying to kiss all up on me and was trying to make out with me. And I'm like, we are just talking. Talking means no touching. No touching and talking. We are just talking. We are just in the negotiation process of do we even want to date one another? And he couldn't get that concept. And I had to break it off with him because every time he saw me, he was trying to kiss up on me and rub and touch and get a little where you at? And I'm like, I don't even know if I like you like that. And he didn't get it. And so I think the people have confused talking and dating.
Okay, because I think people have, because I'm scratching my head now because people have confused talking, dating, like all these things, they have put it all in the talk.
Yes.
Instead of us getting from we're talking to now we're dating to now we're in a relationship, we're exclusive.
Yes.
Because in my relationship, I took dating as we're exclusive. So when I found out that you was also dating and talking to somebody else, I was upset.
You cheater! You cheating on me
because I ain't the only one. But I felt as if in that case, it's like sometimes we as humans take so much ownership of other people. Literally, why I gotta take possession of you? We just dated.
But you mine.
We just dating, so I think that we have sometimes we miss the mark there and we don't walk from, like they say, first, second base, and we don't do that no more. We go straight to fourth. Because you talking and you're like, oh, let's just have it. And he all like, you like, whoa, back up, bro.
Yeah.
So I think like we really have to, I think that's one thing in relationship, we have to set those boundaries.
Set the boundaries.
Right?
Yes.
And then we kind of walk in the parameters. They can't accept those parameters and it's like, hey, we good.
Then we gonna let this go.
Yeah.
So what does the world say about dating? What does the world tell us as a youth in 2022? What does the world say about dating?
The world says, the world says there's no age limit to dating. You got elementary school kids talking about who they date.
Girl, you ain't dating nobody. Okay, we're not gonna...
But we have the world saying that it's open.
Yeah.
We have our parents saying 16, 17, 15, whatever. So if you got a father, a mother of excellence that is they're giving you an age to say, this one I think you're ready. This is when we can accept these types of conversations, or this is when I can accept to have that type of company. But the world it's open again. I mean, we have left it up to the TV to tell us when it's okay to even have a conversation about the birds and the bees. So whatever our kids see on TV, they ask those questions like, well, I think it's okay for you to date now. I think you're mature. So the world is so accepting, it's so pleasing for the appetite at a young age for somebody to be dating. But I think, personally, I don't think anybody should be dating past 16, 17. 17 should be the start.
Yeah.
And then carry on, because you got so much schooling and things you need to pay attention to.
Get through school.
That I see folk that didn't pay attention to that are hurting because they chose to date and have those consequences.
Yes. Because consequences happen. If you are mixing the pancake batter, there is a chance that you will make pancakes. Just so you know. Okay?
No, for real.
For real.
And don't be surprised if you get two.
If you get a twin pancake.
Sometimes it splits in half.
Yes.
So, I think, the world just makes it that much more. I think they turn up the appetite on what we see versus kind of turning it down, letting them know, just wait a minute. Yeah. Because it's out there.
I believe the world has this Baskin Robbins. Try all the flavors.
Yeah.
Try it all.
Yeah.
Try it. Date everything.
Yeah.
If it's moving and it has a heartbeat, date it.
Yeah.
If it shows you interest, date it.
Yeah.
I think that's what the world is telling you, is that you don't know who you are until you test everything.
Yeah.
And so I think we have lost the messaging of exclusivity. That what makes something special is that not everybody has it. There was a small stint in my 16 to 7-year-old age range where I met a pimp. And a pimp told me, he said, a lock that opens for many keys is broken. But a key that opens many locks is fantastic. And that was his way of explaining relationships and dating and sex to me.
He did that.
He did. And it stuck with me. I'm 30. And so with that stuck with me.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's like, the world tells you, go out there, oyster it up, live your life.
Yeah.
But he told me that. And then he also said, you go around giving your rose bush. You give your rose to every guy on the block. Then when the one guy comes that you really want to give your rose to, he gonna see that everybody got that rose and he ain't gonna want it.
Yeah.
So I think that's also as well. Nobody wants what everybody else has already had, but also nobody wants what nobody else wants. So they still want to see you want it, but they don't want to see you with someone else.
Yeah.
I think that's a part of this whole dating game, is you want to be wanted, and we want to see that this person is wanted.
Yeah.
But we don't want them to be on the hit list of everybody that we know.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like you say, like most folks want the person that everybody. I feel like most people want the people that everybody sees, and everyone the person that they don't see.
Yeah.
But in actuality, the person they don't see is the person that they really want. That's their desire. That's that's that thing that they're looking for, right?
Yeah.
So I think like the pimp dropped you some nuggets.
Oh, he did.
Because I don't know when you met him, because you still holding on to him. Lord.
I was 16 when I met him.
You still holding on to him.
It was a pimp named Pumpkin, by the way, just so you know.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, he had a big old belly. His name was Pumpkin. And on Halloween, he'd cut his shirt and paint his belly as a pumpkin. And it was a pimp named Pumpkin. This was in Texas. I'm just letting you know.
What country bumpkin? But yeah. I mean, it was some good nuggets that he gave you. So
he did. He gave me some stuff that actually stuck with me.
Yeah.
And again, the world says try everything.
Yeah, try everything.
Try it all. But it's not always good. And in dating, we forget that it's dating. So when is too early in dating to start having sex?
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest, because people are having sex and dating and thinking that's a relationship.
Girl, you making me nervous.
I'm asking questions.
I don't think. I mean. I'm just like, because I remember going to a middle school and I was at an event and the kid was at like a band thing and the kids were kissing and hugging. I mean, they were like not just kissing, they were kissing.
They were making out. They were trying to touch the person's soul.
And back in the day, I was like, when my mom and all them they came to the school. Yeah, you need to be as far away from me as possible because my mom ain't even go agree with this.
Don't even look like you know me. Okay, you walk right past me,
man.
So where mama, you got friends here? Nah, I don't know none of these people.
So I think that to each parent there should be a stipulation, but kids are gonna do what kids want to do anyway. Yes. But for me, I keep sticking with 15, 16.
Okay. Start experimenting.
I don't want you to. I don't want to give you permission to experiment because you don't need to do all that.
Listen, PSA, we are not saying do it.
Yes, no.
We are just saying that when we grew up,
it should be appropriate for this age. In my day, but in this age with these kids, y'all need to be 21.
21.
Yeah, I need to be 21.
You need to be able. I need you to be able to buy cigarettes, vote, and rent a car. So 25.
It's gonna happen though. But I just think like they just need to try to refrain from. I mean, because that one decision of a slip up can cost. And not cost you as far as like take the rest of your life and you're just. But I'm just saying it can lead to so many other decisions that you just did not have to make if you would have just held on.
Yeah. And so I think that's where people confuse that in dating doesn't mean sleeping with someone.
Oh, no.
And I think because, especially the younger you are, the hormones, hot and bothered, you're hot and ready, y'all hot pockets out here. That also makes it a little bit harder because you're trying to compete and keep up with what your friends are doing, moving with the crowd. Well, if they're all doing it, I should do it too. So we know what the world says. The world says Baskin Robbins, 32 flavors, try it all, date them all. Woo. What does the Bible say? What does the Bible have to say about dating?
I'm leaning to you. Help me.
Okay, so I'm going to say the Bible does say nothing about dating. Dating is not in the Bible. In the Bible, in the first century Jewish life, there was no dating. It was an arranged marriage. Your parents picked for you. And it was arranged. And so everything in the Bible is about being married. And everything in the Bible says wait till you're married. And that marriage wasn't even considered marriage until you had sex. So if you're looking at it from that lens of in the Bible, there was no dating. And even the dating after you were married. So in the Jewish religion, when you got married, that ceremony before you were married, you were kind of like engaged, betrothed. You were claimed to this person. And so for almost a year, all you would be exclusively doing is getting the house ready. The man would be getting the house ready for his new bride to come home. And then when the house was ready, then they would get married, have the ceremony, and then she would come to live with him. So in that process, they would communicate, but there would be no physical touch. There would be nothing where this person is left alone with you. It would be, you saw them in passing, everybody in your town knew that these two were going to be married, but there was very little interaction between you and that person.
Okay.
So the Bible, we have to look at other relationships in the Bible to give context to what dating says about dating. Okay. And in the Bible, the context of relationships is called soul ties. And where it says our souls were knit to one another. And that's what dating is creating that emotional friendship that leads to that physical or marriage connection. So I think we have taken that Bible concept of soul ties, which happens with internet troll, people on the internet and pen pals, and
Oh, yeah.
you know, it happens. So soul ties, I think, is the element of dating is that we need to look at. And so the Bible doesn't say anything about you can or can't date. I think the Bible just tells us that we should use wisdom when we are assessing friendships and approaching people, is wisdom. So the Bible says use wisdom, and that we are to be good stewards of the people, time, and place that we are in.
Okay.
With people.
Okay.
And so in the Bible, there was no dating. It was, you were talking to this person, and you knew this person, and you were engaged, and you guys knew that this was going to marry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So there was none of this, oh, I'll try it, and then maybe I buy it. No, you already bought it. You already committed and bought it.
So I'm thinking, scratch what I said in the beginning. We need to go back to what the Bible said. Use wisdom on what you need. Use the wisdom, because you know when you're ready. Don't make a decision prematurely.
Yeah.
Because you have premature consequences.
Else. Yes.
So let's use wisdom.
Yes.
I like that better than 16 and 21.
Yeah.
Use wisdom. If you're ready, you're ready.
Yeah, because in that day, you know, they were marrying little girls off young. They were marrying 16, 17-year-old. You were married, you know, so it was different back then. But I think that we have lost that element of wisdom, and we allow our flesh to lead us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And we allow the hot and bothers's, you
absolutely.
know, the heat of the moment, the motion of the ocean, the friction to dictate what we do and how we date. You know, that guy that I was telling you about, he couldn't understand why. He was like, but you're a good kisser. I was like, but I never wanted to kiss you.
Yeah.
You forced your lips on me.
Uh-oh.
Like, you came at me, and me not being a person of, you know, when somebody's coming in for the kiss and you turn your head, you know, like,
look up all over here, like,
yep.
You
know, like, repulsive.
Yeah.
You're not repulsive.
Yeah.
But this is not where I'm trying to go.
Right.
And for me to say in dating, I say, I'm not having sex till marriage. I let you know that from the beginning.
From the jump.
From the word jump. So if there's a guy who is automatically trying to get touchy-feely and rubbing and like you're trying to put your hands on me, then I know that you don't respect the boundary that I just set. I just set the boundary of we're not having sex.
Yeah.
So everything leading up to sex, that means we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to ever kiss, or I'm not going to hold hands, or I'm not going to cuddle, but you have to know where the line is so that you don't go over it. Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, that's some really good wisdom to run by. Yeah, really good.
Yeah. So then what do we actually end up doing, though?
Oh, 'cause I was hoping my mom wouldn't put me with nobody.
So no arranged marriage.
No arranged marriage with me. But what we actually do is, like you say, we as humans, we test the waters.
The mutual ground is we all out here living through flesh.
Yeah, we all doing it because it's something that we feel like we're missing. And to the person that's not doing it because something that they don't feel like they're missing, kudos to you.
I'm trying my best over here. Okay?
You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you, because I think that in this world, we get on social media. And we urge for things that other people have, and we don't know what they gave up to get it.
Oh, we're getting the snapshot of the best parts of these quote unquote relationships.
I post all the time.
Dates.
People only post the glitz and the glamour.
Yes.
They never post the lows and the blows.
Yes.
Because it's just not appealing to what nobody want to see you at your worst moment. No filter, that's still not you at your worst moment.
No, because you did a makeup routine.
You did something. You threw something. Yeah,
you made sure wasn't no blemishes. You made sure it was all even. And,
I'm a really firm believer in putting in the work with you first.
Yeah.
And then, but anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But I think that the world, what we actually do, we actually get out there and we test the waters and we see how it goes.
Yeah. I think because all of these different steps
Yeah.
to lead to marriage have been so diluted, and somebody in the talking stage is like, well, we in a relationship, we talk. No, we're not in a relationship. We talking. But now, once again, you talking and you touching.
What? It's crossing
crossing lines, cross contamination.
Mm-hmm.
I think that being physical in the dating too soon creates this emotional connection that is truly not even there. So if you couldn't touch this person sexually anymore, would you even still be interested in it?
Oh, you stepping on something.
Would you even still want them?
Would you still want it? Yeah.
If this person lost the ability to lose everything below the waist, would you still want to be with them?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like they can't walk or that's a whole nother it's a whole nother kettle of fish, is when you stay with somebody that has a physical disability.
Right.
I'm talking about if you could no longer touch this person. There was a story about a young lady who she said when she first started making out with a boy for the first time, she was noticing that her face was breaking out in rashes, and she thought that she was allergic to his saliva. So she was dating a guy that she couldn't kiss, and they weren't having sex because they were young, but they would just make out, and she couldn't do that thing anymore.
So he got cut loose?
So he ended up getting cut loose.
Yo!
But, but that's what I'm saying. So if you're physically, you are allergic to this person, but are you still attracted to them? Do you still want to?
So outside of that, and I mean, there has to be other ways. So she could have got her fix from holding the hand, but it's just because of the lust of the eye, the pride of life. I mean, just the lust of the eye. We just want to talk about that. It's just like that's just something that she lusted for. Mm-hmm. So with her finding that attraction there, there's nothing else I can get out of this.
Yeah.
And I can't kiss you.
So I'm done. Yeah, but I think that but dating is building a friendship. Do you have common things that you're interested? Do you have common hobbies? Can y'all just sit and talk?
But do you think dating, like you say, is building a relationship or building a friendship?
Yeah.
But does that friendship with an edge, or is that friendship just like standard? Like, is it a different type of friendship?
It should be a different type of friendship. A friendship with a little, I want to see you naked. That's. It's a friendship where I want to see you naked. Like that's what it is.
So you're gonna say a friendship with an edge?
Yeah. Okay. We'll clean it up. We're gonna say a friendship with an edge, but it is. I want to see you naked. I want to see you naked. Like that's what it is. That's what we leading towards. The attraction is there.
The attraction is there. Yeah. So that's just the workup, the build up. The build
up is. I know I'm already, because most women know most women, they know they're attracted to you or not. And they'll entertain you based on levels of attraction.
That's what I'm telling you.
So,
you know you need it, they walk right by you.
What? If you a gargoyle saying good morning.
They ain't got nothing to say.
They just, creature. But if you find and you like good morning, she's like, hey, Miss Parker. Good day. Good day. So it all depends on their level of attraction. But a woman knows if she's attracted to you or not. But is she going to hold up to her standards and make you go through the whole journey with her to build that friendship to get to the prize, which is always sex? Or is she going to just give it to you off the strength of you good looking?
Well, it happens.
It happens.
So what do you think that, I mean, in your experience, since you're waiting...
Oh, yeah. I've been waiting for 7 years.
How was the dating for you?
Man, I told you, a lot of guys, as soon as I say I'm not having sex, that automatically...
It's a done deal.
It's a done deal. Or it becomes a challenge to them.
So wait, they ended to see how long.
Mm-hmm. How much of... Can I touch? What can I do? Like they're in it to see.
Because they know that since you haven't had some, they know you go accept some.
That's it. They're like, if you waiting and we dating, how long we waiting? And it's like, okay, so it's just a test. But for me, there's not been too many guys that I've wanted to date or that I found attractive, because everybody has somebody else. Like there's not just a person. Most guys I meet aren't just single. They single with a stepping stone. They single with a side. They single. They in a relationship, but they acting single. Like, and there's and society has made it easy for them to do that, because girls will accept a piece of something instead of putting their standards and what they believe they deserve first. So, my thing is, with dating, keep your standards.
Keep it. I believe, keep your standards. I'm not saying relax your standards for anybody. I'm not saying in the dating aspect, don't do something that you would not do. Don't date a person and do something that you should do with the person you're in a relationship with.
Yeah.
Hold your standards. Get to the point. If there's a 3-month rule, there's a 60-day rule, if there's a 180-day rule, I dated the person I'm with and couldn't do nothing for a whole 12 months.
Wow.
Not on my record.
He said, no, it wasn't by my request.
No,
I was keeping up with his request. Yes.
So.
But that just, how much did your friendship grow from that? How much did...
Tremendously.
Yeah.
You're talking about a phenomenal business partner. You're talking about a person that just purchased a home with. You're talking about something that has grown to be what it is, but based on the way that the beginning happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel as if people should wait
to get physical.
Because I promise you, in the long run, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so grateful, because you're not going to be jonesing to get home to do it. You're going to be jonesing to get home to be in the presence of.
That dickmatized. That's what that is.
You know what I'm saying?
You're going to miss that element, and you can actually become emotionally connected to this person, spiritually connected to this person.
And it works both ways. I don't care, LGBTQ, all of that. It's going to work both ways. Stop rushing home to get to the meat.
Yeah.
And get home and get to the conversation.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if you already have tapped and hit that thing or whatever, so what else is there about you all as a person that is in the circumference of us dating that pushes us to the next level?
Yeah. I think that's what happened during COVID when everybody was locked down. It's like, do you even like this person?
Do you even know me? Do you even know that I clean the bathroom? I do all this while you at work, and now you here, you ain't doing that. So it's, do we even know each other?
Yeah. And that boils back to the dating process.
Hello.
Which, again, it's collecting information.
Hello.
Collecting the do's and don'ts, the likes and dislikes. Because now I'm in this relationship, and I can't just walk away.
I can't. I got kids, I got cars, I got all this other stuff. We got this together, and I just came downtown because I don't know you. No, you need to take the time right now.
Let's redate. I think that couples should still be dating throughout their entire marriage, courting, all of that. There should still be an element of a date.
And I'm such a fan of being in a relationship now. Looking back, I wasn't, but now that I am, go get some therapy. Go get your healing. Go get your healing separate.
Yes.
And then go get your healing together.
Yes. I think that is people who want to get married, marriage counseling, premarital counseling. I think that there should be, in the dating process, it's collecting data, but then you need to be doing the work, because we all have baggage.
Yeah.
We are all bringing our bags to the next relationship.
Yeah.
Because we take our past hurts, we take our past traumas, all of everything. We bring all of that with us. So if you have not taken the time to unpack and know where your triggers are in this dating process with somebody else, he's going to say something, she's going to say something that is going to trigger you. And
be out the door.
And be out. And you, and truth be told, that was your person.
Yeah.
But because you weren't able to get rid of all of the past stuff that you're bringing, you know,
cut it out, cut it short. And I'm touching with you on that because I think that, oh my goodness, I was going to say, oftentimes people are like, oh, I'm talking to my pastor, we about to get married, we about to do this, my pastor married. I need you to go see somebody with a PhD. I'm not saying the spiritual side is what it is. God bless the spiritual side, Lord. Pastor, do you see a connection? Do you see that this working?
Use your discernment.
Do you see this devil?
Yes.
Help me get this devil, whatever that is. But I really think that you need to go see someone with an actual degree. Mm-hmm. I don't care if they're saved, they're black. You go get somebody that's culturally correct for you.
Yes. And unpack these bags. Get stuff out.
Lay it out.
You know, I think that people look at the word therapy and think, oh, but I'm attracted to a guy that says, oh, you went to therapy? Oh, so you know how to communicate. Because if you went to therapy, you had to learn how to talk. You had to force yourself to learn how to talk. In
uncomfortable conversations, I see a therapist every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Due to an understanding of unpacking. Mm-hmm. You can't be this person that's going to help coach and lift and push people forward when you got all this stuff that's just sitting inside of you.
Yeah.
Because there's a monster in there.
Oh, man.
And like you said, there's going to be somebody that's going to hit that trigger. Boom.
Boom. And then you've scared off the person that you really want.
Oh, hello.
You have scared them away. And no matter how much you come back and like, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't me. That was something you reminded me of something, you triggered or something, but now you've ruined your chances of starting out on an even foundation.
Right.
So
right.
I think that therapy is the most important element to dating.
Even before you start dating, you should be in therapy because it's going to help you. It's going to help you to see or hear differently.
And again, there's always the spiritual element, as I, always talk about that, because discernment of should I be with this person, should not be with this person. What's crazy is this guy that was all up on me, pushing up on me. He worked with us. He worked at the job with us, and I prayed. I was like, Lord, if he is not the one.
Who would? No, let me stop.
Don't be messy. Don't be messy. But I prayed, Lord, if he is not the one, please remove him from my life.
Absolutely.
And remove him from my path. Mm-hmm. Because
he got fired, didn't he?
He did. He got fired.
See what I'm saying? Won't he do it?
He got fired and then got mad at me and cut me off because I had told him we couldn't talk anymore. And then like a week later, he got fired. And so then he cut me off and stopped talking to me. I guess he thought maybe I had something to do with it, but I can't control how that works. All I did was pray the prayer.
I can't control your attendance.
I couldn't control the elements of how people didn't like you at that job.
Yeah.
But it was that thing. So I was like, the Lord, and I've prayed that a few times about a couple of different guys, and God, he has moved them out of the way. Like, you're not in my 8 to 10 hour day at all anymore. Yeah. Because I believe that time spent with people develops feelings and connections that can either be fostered into the friendship category or into the relationship category.
Absolutely.
And
agreed.
But my thing is always, discernment, allowing the Lord to lead you in that instead of you going forth and getting in a relationship and then praying, Lord, help
me get out of.
Or help me get out of, or Lord, bless this. But he was like, I didn't put that together. That was supposed to be just a friend.
Yeah.
And you made it into a relationship.
Yeah.
So I think that's another element. I think so what we end up doing is most of the time doing what feels right. Mm. I think that's all of us. Well, it felt right. It feels good. We end up just living in the feel good category. And again, like you said in the beginning, consequences and repercussions of choices happen.
Premature.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah.
So, I think we should go to the fan question.
Let's do it. What they talking?
Okay.
Keep writing. Hit us. Comment on this video. Let us know what your question are. We go respond. We go tap in with you. We're gonna let you know some honest opinions and how we feel like we would handle the situation, because we're not going to answer them with ill intentions to make you do something that you should not do. We're going to answer them honestly because this is what we would do, and you don't have to take our opinion. You don't have to. You run with it. It's just another stone that you have turned to say, maybe I could or maybe I should, but it's totally up to you.
Yes.
You know.
So.
Here we go.
This person again. We ain't gonna say names. We ain't calling nobody out. But this person, I believe it's a guy, writes in and says that his best friend is. He says, my best friend recently has made a new group of friends. And in this new group of friends, there is a young lady that he says is right for me. He is asking me to go on a blind date because I do not live in that state. So when I come to visit, he wants to set us up on a date. What should I do? So no context is of did they send the picture or not. Because everybody like, send me the picture. Send me the picture before I say. So this is more just, should I go on this blind date based off what my best friend said? Or should I stay out of it?
Speaking from experience, the reason why I'm with the person that I'm with was because of a friend.
Okay.
So, I say go.
Go? Go on the blind date?
Go on the blind date. And sometimes those be the best thing because you have you can fantasize of what this person's gonna look like, but you cannot have any intent to be like, I know she gonna give it up tonight. I know he gonna give it.
Yeah.
I think blind dates are amazing because it lets you know how shallow you can be.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
Because you go on a date and you be like, oh my God, what, like, so it's just, it's a different type of excitement. I'm all for it. Go.
He said go.
Go and have fun. Go.
Okay.
And sometimes those are the best dates because this person doesn't know you. They have no inkling. You don't live in the same city. Even if you do, just go.
Okay. I'm impartial about. I need to see the picture of the person before. I need to know a little bit of the background. Does he have kids? Is the baby mother still alive? I need to know all of the. I need some meat before I get there, so I know what I'm working with.
I cannot believe you.
I'm sorry. I need video proof.
So you wouldn't go.
I had one blind date that I went on. It was a girl that we worked together, and then she stopped working there, and she set me up with a friend that she thought that I would get along with, that this might be the person. So I was like, I'm not going to do this whole phone call back and forth thing. Meet me at the Fridays at this time. I was like, just meet me here at Fridays. We'll sit at the bar. We'll just have a conversation, see where it goes. So I show up. He's already there. No. I show up first. He comes late. He was late. And then I'm sitting there. He comes in, and he is not handsome at all. He is strong in the face. Okay, he has very strong features. Okay, and so I'm still going to sit here, and we're still going to have a conversation. So I was like, well, let's just get the Jack Daniels appetizer and share, because then it has all different things on there. We could just share and talk. And so we're sitting at the bar, and I'm like, oh, well, do you want to get the wings and da-da-da-da? And he goes, well, I don't eat wings. I don't eat anything with bones in it. I was like, okay, that's weird, but okay. So then we're sitting there, and then he was just so awkward, and this guy was so weird, and he was significantly older than me, which I was like, why she set me up with this old man?
He couldn't eat nothing with bones.
His dentures is gone. Okay, and then he was. I was like, so what type of music do you like? I'm trying to get the conversation out of him.
Don't tell me he said Earth, Wind, and Fire.
No, he just like, I like Tupac. I was like, Tupac been dead. Anybody current? Anybody in the 2000s that you like? He just was real dry. All of his answers were like real short. And then I noticed that he was watching UFC on the TV because we're sitting at the bar, and he's watching the UFC on TV. And he was like, well, do you like UFC? I was like, well, no, I don't really get into physical sports. Well, I like UFC. It's cool. I'm like, okay, this guy is weird. Yeah. And so I immediately, I sit down. I have one drink. We pick at the appetizer. He's watching the game. He's watching the UFC. And so I finally like, okay, I think we're good. I think I might have sat there for 30 minutes, that's including getting our appetizers and taking a few pics. And then I was like, can I get a deco box? And wrapped up the stuff.
I'm ready to go.
And then he was like, well, I'll pay for it. I'm like, well, no, we can go Dutch. Like, I want to make sure you know that I don't owe you.
There go that Dutch word.
I don't owe you nothing.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think that you paid for this and now you've paid for this?
Yeah.
So he was like, nah, I'll pay for it. And so he takes out his card, he pays for it, and then I don't remember what the price was, but the tip that he gave to the bartender was like a $2. And I was like, oh, so and you don't tip and you cheat? So I leave, we walk out, I give him a hug, and I'm like, I'll be in contact with you, we'll catch up again.
Ain't talked to him since.
Ain't talked to him since. Now I got in my car, he got in his, I waited till he drove off. I went back inside and tipped the bartender another $10 and was like, I'm so sorry. I couldn't leave without giving you more than a $2 tip. Like, and that was it. And that was the first and only blind date that I've ever been on. So my suggestion is do your research first. Ask for I need video proof that this is a real person and not a gargoyle that you're setting me up with. I need to know give me at least one hobby they like. That this is a person with some personality. I can't.
I'm not agreeing. Go and take the experience.
Research.
Because when you go and you take the experience, now you become a much more effective communicator.
Oh yeah, this is true.
Right? You.
I mean,
honestly,
I am. I don't know about him. Just because he was, I like Tupac.
Somebody's going to take away of how to do an icebreaker on a date,
yes,
right? So
yes.
I say go and have fun. Let your hair down. Be, and then if you go on a date and it's not who you like, be that alter ego person that you always pause and you're like, like just be that person. Be not attracted to them. Just have fun, enjoy your night, and be like, look, it was a fun time me acting about like Cinderella, and now I go back home and I'm who I am. So I think go and take the challenge or take the surprise and see what happens. Something might unfold. That may just be your next man or woman.
Okay, so you say go.
I say go, yeah.
So we got a twofer tonight. We got a twofer.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was another good one about dating. This one, she writes in, it's a lady. She says, back when she was in college, she says, back when I was in college, it was my first freshman year, and all of the girls were going to the club every night. I, on the other hand, decided that I would rather study and get my education kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But her friends decided that they would force her to go out on at least one date. Mm-hmm. So being forced to go out on a date with this guy ended up being my husband, for that date never ended. So her question, I guess, is more of a do you forced by friends to go out on a date and ended up going on the date with this guy and spending her time with her. So ended up being the guy that she ended up marrying. Yeah. So it's not really a question. It's more of just a story, I guess.
And I think that's awesome. I think it's
forced.
Great because if you go into each situation with your past experience, weighing that on the current situation, you'll never end up in a situation that you never expected to be in.
Okay.
You never expected to be in a marriage. You never expect this person to be the person you spend the next 30 years of your life with.
Yeah.
Or the next 10 years happily with.
Yeah.
So I think, just go. I think, push your friends. If you know your friend's been single for 8-9 years, push baby girl out the door to the stove and say, girl.
Kick her in the middle of her back this is Sparta.
Yeah. And stop letting her go to Walmart with her bonnet on. Okay?
Ooh.
Get out, get dressed.
Come on, Monique, talking about that bonnet.
Get somewhere. I think you women always say, or men or just anyone say, I'm single, nobody looking after me. Because you ain't got nothing to look at.
You have to keep yourself.
You gotta get out there. You gotta bring the attention.
Yes.
Bring the heat, because I promise you, once the heat's there, everybody like, where the fire coming from?
Yes.
And they go see you.
They gonna see you.
So I think please push your friend, if you know your friend's been single, if they went through a hard breakup, a challenge, or whatever that is, let them heal, let them get their counseling. But literally, not to say you put a time limit, after a year or two, and you've been effective counseling, get back out there, because everybody ain't like
the person that
Jimmy or Sally that you done left before.
Yeah. So, I like this. So get out there, date, but don't date. But date for dating, gaining data on the person, not dating to get physical with that person. Right. I think that's what we'll take away from this.
Yes.
Is being physical with somebody takes it to another level where dating is not. Dating is just getting the information and date. I would not say date multiple people, but date and get to know people before you jump in.
Don't put your eggs all in one basket.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
You may be a little heavy on one side, but keep a couple over on the other side.
Yes.
You know.
Until it's made clear.
Yes, that you can
what
start,
the intentions are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just want to thank you for being here. Thank y'all for sticking with us. As he said, get out and go. You know what I mean? Little friendly push. Go on that date.
Go.
You never know who you will meet. You never know the friendships that could come out of it.
Right.
Or the relationships. Or maybe that's not the person, but they might know the person that is for you.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't have known that person was for you if they didn't get the chance to spend that time with you.
Right.
So date with the intention of making a good friend and let the rest fall in where the Lord decides to take it. Yeah?
Go.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Till next time. We'll see you next week.